Okay, so what I really want to know is, does he have thorns? Oh, down there? Welcome to the Contain and Cure Company. Totally has no affiliations with the SCP. We are grateful to have you on board. After a far too long period of unemployment, you've been working at a secret underground facility for some time now. How you managed to land such a job you don't know, but they offered high pay, many benefits, and the promise of helping people out. If only you knew what that really meant before you signed up. Now you've been here for a few months, you think? It's hard to keep track of time when you've not seen the sun since you started here. The times all on the computer are different, so you can't rely on them for the time. So far, you were just another office worker, writing up and maintaining documents from the other teams. Yesterday was supposed to be no exception. Your whole day so far had consisted of fixing typos of various files from the past week. You hadn't even taken a break yet. You were considering it, wanting to see if they fixed the microwave yet, until the touch of a hand on your shoulder drew your attention away from the screen. Hey, Lion, there you are. You turned to face a man that was now leaning on your desk, arms filled with paperwork. I've been looking for you everywhere. Must have been busy today, eh? His name is Michael. You chat sometimes. Real friendly guy. The carefree sort. Maybe a bit too much, but he's been helpful plenty of times before. Sort of. Yeah, I've just been sat here typing the past few hours, though. Oh, really? Wow. How did I not see you? Well, soon you can rest those digits of yours. Got a new assignment for you. He had taken a moment to struggle with the documents in his hands and handed you a stack of them clipped together. You hadn't expected anything out of the ordinary, but surprise filled your face when you had briefly read over it. I'm being assigned to a subject? Shocking, right? Here I thought you were just regular office worker. Have you also been assigned? Yeah, all of us in the office have. In fact, yeah, I've been going around and handing everyone their files. Haven't had the chance to even glance at mine yet. Why they decided just one guy should go around handing out such vital information, I don't know. But hey, this place hasn't always been the most efficient. Didn't tell anyone I said that. Anyway, we'll have to keep chatting, but I gotta hand out the last of these files. Do you need help? Thanks. I can manage though. See ya. You had then spent the rest of the day finishing up the rest of your work and read through the rest of the files. The contents were concerning, to say the least. Upon his initial capture, Alois was resistant and aggressive, causing injuries to himself and others. During this, he proceeded to call out for his partner, demanding to know where they were. The name of said partner was redacted from the file. He had a few initial attempts of breaking out, and protocol to keep him in control involved the use of restraints and sedatives. Eventually, he stopped acting out, didn't even speak anymore. There was just the behavioral aspects of the file. Physically, his body was growing parts of what is believed to be a rose. He has leaves growing out the back of his knees that spread out and around in a near half-circle formation. Thorns grew from below his mouth, the lobes of his ears, his neck, and some other places. So what you're telling me is that I should not try to jump on this guy's, I want to call his schmeat, but I don't even know what to call it at this point. It stated that before capture, he had piercings in some of those areas. Finally, on the top of his head, sprouted a white rose. Other than that, however, no physical changes had been observed since his capture. That was months ago now. It's as though the infection has stagnated. You were left wondering, why did they now want to send you of all people to interact with him? It didn't make sense to you when you read through it. Now it was the day you were going to meet your subject, and it still doesn't make sense. You're sitting in your shared dorm, waiting alongside your associates to be escorted. You've only ever been in one section of the facility, that being U04, so it's no surprise you'll need an escort to wherever your subject is. Thinking about that, you never thought you'd be the one to do this, to try and study a subject yourself. You wonder if things have gotten worse, that they now need to resort to using their office staff as researchers. You're not even sure how you're supposed to help. You're certain your knowledge on this infection is far more limited than the actual researchers. All you know of it is what you've read from fixing typos of past documents. Even then, it's hard to pin down. It's called Obscurum 1, which means pretty much... well, it pretty much just means darkness infection. From what you understand, it changes people in so many ways. Some become humanoid animals, others become materials or elements. There were even some that became things unnatural, disturbing, monstrous abominations. Not to mention the unusual abilities, breathing fire, levitation, sonic hearing, etc. The only physical guarantee is the blackening of the sclera. Everything else just seemed random. Why it does this, how it spreads, where it came from, how to cure it, what it even is, it's all unknown to you. You wonder if the facility is also as clueless as you. A voice behind your door brings you out of your thoughts. Employees 34, 35, 36, and 37 of Sector U04. We are here to escort you to your assignments. The door slides open to reveal a handful of guards, with one practically halfway through the door already. You rarely see the guards around here. You figure they're usually wherever the action happens. Despite the flaws the facility can have, they haven't skimped out on defense. Right this way. Your venture through the facility is eye-opening. It takes a while to get through it all, with so many tunnels and security checks. Not to mention, the further you go in, the colder and more enforced everything looks. Less posters of questionable quotes of productivity, and more warning signs and instructions. You're certain the materials this far in are more endurable. You don't know how long it takes, but you eventually arrive at an area labeled L Interview Rooms. Your subject must be waiting for you there. The guards split you up to take you to your individual rooms. You're led through the hallway to a room near the end of the hall. Here we are. For security reasons, the rooms will be locked when you enter. If anything serious or unexpected happens, press the emergency button. Instructions of your assignment will be on the table. You thank the guard and prepare yourself to enter. You glance at the file in your hands one last time and feel anxious, annoyed, sympathetic, fine. I'm fine. You'll be fine. Security is here in case something goes wrong. All you need to do is your job. The guard presses a card to a scanner by the door, allowing you entry. You take a step through and hear the door close promptly once you're in. Your eyes spot the subject immediately. He's sitting in a chair, hunched over a table. A pair of cuffs is clamped around his hands and are attached by some chains to the table, keeping him there. There's a glass window in the middle of the room that splits the room into two essentially, with you on one side and him on the other. Your side of the room also has its own table and chair, so there's some sheets of paper along with some writing utensils sitting on said table. Must be the instructions. Since this is all the room has to offer, you take a seat in the chair and read through the instructions. Employee 35, thank you for agreeing to assist with the study of subject P134. Your objective of each day will change, and the appropriate instructions for each day will be written for you in advance. All meetings will last 1 hour, unless a situation calls otherwise. In each meeting, you are to record any observations or answer to questions subject P134 gives. The rest of the day will be spent writing and submitting a report. The following day will be your next meeting. This will be a schedule for the foreseeable future. Today, the goal of the meeting is nothing more than introductions. When speaking with subject P134, you are to address yourself as Dr. Lion. You may begin when ready. So, you're just going to be observing? Seems easy enough. In theory, at least. I'm Dr. Lion. Hello, my name is Dr. Suddenly, his head snaps up, eyes wide and meeting with yours. Lion? Is it really you? They're not playing some trick on me, are they? His voice is croaky and quiet, likely from going unused for so long. Don't! He moves closer to the glass, as close as he can, with the cuffs being the only thing that prevents him from going further. I know that face. Those eyes. That none other can compare to. It is you. Where have you been? What have they done to you? Are you all right? I've been so worried. Why do you look upon me as though I am a stranger? Sorry, do I know you? He blinks, then settles himself back into his seat. You do not remember me. Perhaps I've changed a bit too much. I'm a Loa. Surely you remember me now, at least, Lion? Oh, what have they done to you? My poor beloved. Beloved? Wait! The redacted name in the files, it's your name, isn't it? You're the person who's supposed to be his partner? But why? How? Doesn't make any sense! You don't even know him, right? You need to confirm it to be sure. How do you know me? You knew my name before I had a chance to give it. They took a lot from you, I see. We knew each other quite closely. I will say, lovers even. But you really do not remember any of it. This man is a complete stranger to you, absent from any of your memories. You only know of his existence because of this meeting today. Unfortunately not. This does hurt to hear, that I have been erased from your mind. But that you're here now, in front of me, alive and well, that does make me happy. I can help bring your memories back. I will bring your memories back. In time. I have to ask, however, why are you here? Why now did they allow us to meet? The way he's acting is as though he really didn't know you. It doesn't feel like a lie. But can you trust him? Even if it's true you once knew each other that closely, the file did say he was violent when brought in. What if he was violent when you knew him too? I'm not sure about their reasons, but I've been asked to study you. I'm here to observe you. I can't tell you. I'm asked to study you. Study me? I do not mind if it is by you. But in what way? Well, bend over and find out! You decide to hold up the papers with the instructions so that he may read them. How peculiar. Ominous, too. It gives me more questions than answers. That is certain. So, you do not know why you are here. We will figure it out. It is intended, at least. Intended? Out of everyone, they wanted you to do this. Someone with a personal connection, even if you do not remember it. It means something, and we will find out what together. Our time together is short, yet enough for you to ask me the many questions I suspect you may have. I will answer them all. It is only fair. There are so many questions rattling in your brain, possibly too many for this first session. You're expected to write down what he says too. You'll just have to ask the most important ones for today. How long have you been here? How long have you been here? Unfortunately, I cannot answer that very well. I do not recall how long I have been here for, only that it has felt far too long. Those instructions they gave you, have they not told you? You were hoping for a more specific answer. The file you received, while it mentioned periods of time such as days, weeks, and months, lacks any true dates. It's the same with all the past documents you've had to edit. What a peculiar decision. What do you know of your infection? Less than you, I suspect. I seem to be transforming into a rose of some kind, a white rose, to be precise. I am not yet sure of the species, too early to say, though it is possible I am not becoming any particular species. I do not recall when this started, or where I got this from. A strange thing it all is, and I know I am far from the only one afflicted. The walls of our cells are not as thin as you would think. Are you worried? Do you know a lot about flowers? Do you know a lot about flowers? I like to think that I do. They come in all manners of shapes, sizes, colors, and scents. My favorite happens to be roses. I wonder if there is any correlation. Where are you from? I come from France. Ah, the city of love, Paris. Such a lovely place France is. One must wonder why I would come to England. Well, it is a long tale, perhaps too long for a limited time together. You came from Malaysia, if I recall correctly. I am glad you made the decision to come to England too, despite how things have turned out. How much do you know about me? Oh, you wish to know if my claims of our past relation is true. I understand, and I will gladly tell you a bit of what I know. Lion, you are a person that hails from Malaysia. Your favorite color is purple. Spider lily, meanwhile, is the name of your favorite flower. I do know far more than that, of course, but I worry that would take up all of our time for this session. I would not mind it, personally, to speak of you for so long. But I know you do not recall the same memories that I have. I would not want to bother you with what is to you the feelings of a stranger, I suppose? Well, I wouldn't mind it either. Having someone speak favorably of you can be nice. I think. Could it be that even without your memories... well, I will keep this in mind. Next we speak, I should have thoughts in order, and I will share what I can. But do inform me if what I say gets a bit much for you, alright? How have you been treated? Are you concerned about my well-being? Sadly, I cannot lie to you. I reacted poorly when I was first brought here. I did enough for them to deem me dangerous. Most of my time is spent bound up in chains in my cell. I had a straitjacket at one point. The thorns made it pointless soon enough. At the very least, I do not starve. Very plain food, but does the job. That sounds awful. Thank you for your honesty. Could be worse. Thank you for your honesty. You aren't quite sure of what else to say to that. Of course, I will not lie to you. What did you do before? What did I do before? I will assume you mean employment. I worked as a barista during the week and assisted a local conservatory on the weekends. I do wonder how that place is doing. The conservatory, I mean. I will take you there sometime. It was nice. As you were about to think of some more questions, a bang on the door behind you disrupts your thoughts. An hour's passed, wrap it up. Annoying God. We were having such a nice time too, and he had to come and ruin it. Well, I would not want to make things worse for you by keeping you here for too long. You best be on your way. You gather both the files and notes you have written for today and stand from your seat. I will see you soon, Lion. Give him a warm farewell. You smile at him with a wave and take your leave. The screams are what you hear first, followed by the sight of an employee clambering out of their testing room. He wants me dead! You can see some tiny pieces of glass poking from the skin of their face and the gloves of their hand. Loud banging can be heard from the locked door the employee just came through. One of the guards approaches the panicking employee. Another calls into their radio. They speak too quietly for you to catch what they say. Employee 36, you must calm down. Assistants will be here shortly. How can you say that? How the fuck can you say that after that freak just broke through that window to kill me? What even was all that? Why did he say he was some childhood friend of mine? I don't remember him at all. What kind of so-called friend would do that anyway? The trembling employee glances around at the rest of you. I'm not the only one, am I? I can tell. Your faces give it all away. A handful of guards appear in the hall, surrounding the employee. Hold on! What is this? Why are there so many of you? Employee 36, you are to be quarantined. Cooperate and do not resist. But I'm not! No! Two of the guards grab onto their arms. That hurts! Let go of me! Let go! Please! They drag the employee away, and they scream and plead all the while. The silence afterwards is, Employee 34, 35, and 37, it's time to return to Sector U04. The guard acts as though nothing just happened. You are escorted back to your dorm with the others. Along the way, you notice the mixed expressions upon their faces. You aren't the only one who faced a shocking revelation, it seems. You have no time to discuss your discoveries just yet, however, as you are expected to have a report written by the end of the day. With that in mind, you head towards the regular office you've done all your past reports in. You only just started working a report when Michael came by with the usual grin on his face. Hey, Lion. Back again, I see. Got a minute? Is something wrong? Great. Was hoping someone would want to talk. Everyone else is being all quiet or cold. One guy even yelled at me to piss off. Rude much? Can't say I blame them, though. Was a real shock today. Assuming you went through what the rest did. Well, anyway. Never read through your file or anyone else's. That was way too many. So, who'd you meet up with? What happened? I'd love to compare stories with you. I'll tell him everything. You go into great detail about your meeting, going over both the details big and small. You make sure not to leave out the questions you asked and the answers you received. You also brought up the incident with that one employee, how they were dragged away to be quarantined after being attacked. Anyone ever told you you're a great storyteller? Because if not, well, you are. Never knew you had a boyfriend. Guess you didn't know either until today, huh? Like, boom! Surprise boyfriend! That's gotta feel weird, or maybe it's nice. Only you will know. Out of everything, that's what got your attention? Oh, come on. I'm just trying to keep things light. Not trying to ignore the last part with the quarantine employee or anything. Except, I am, actually. I mean, are those glass windows not bulletproof? How'd that even happen? Guess not everyone's subjects are as chill as yours and mine. That reminds me, haven't told you anything, have I? Yeesh, how can I be so selfish? Well, a little flavoring first. When I first got my assignment, I thought it was just a funny coincidence that she looked just like me. And by that, I mean, she looks like my twin. But, you know, a female me. Because she's a woman, and last I checked, I'm not. Anyways, guess what happened when I met her today? She started calling me her brother. And I'm like, whoa, hey lady, pretty sure I'm a single child, got no sisters. But then she brought up some things only someone who would know me would know. Such as the time when I broke my mom's super precious vase one time as a kid. All the glittery and expensive ones, and I tried to sweep it under the rug. That happened. Me breaking the vase. She said she was there and tattled on me. I remember getting caught anyways, but not the part where she was there. But how else would she know that? So yeah, I'm glad you shared your day with me, because it's a confirmed theory of mine. The start of said theory anyways. Our memories are gone. Not just any old memories, the ones related to our subjects. Now, was it this facility that did that, or Obscurum 1? Got a feeling it's the latter. How else would anyone be able to selectively remove memories like that? Pretty sure we lack the technology for that. Meanwhile, this infection's got all sorts of weirdo stuff. Gotta wonder why it does this though. And why is it only one way? They remember us, but we don't remember them. So weird. Well, I think I've talked your ears off enough for one day. Might try and catch you again tomorrow. See ya. Michael waves at you and leaves you be. That was a lot. Honestly, this whole day felt like a lot. But at least your talk with Michael confirmed a few things. The main one being that the whole forgotten memories thing is present with everyone, not just you. So Alawa was likely telling the truth about being your boyfriend. Maybe. Having a boyfriend you weren't aware of all this time. That's a whole can of worms you'll get to later. Your biggest concern right now is why this is all happening. After months of working here, why is it only now that you've been introduced to Alawa? You have a feeling the reason why you were even employed here in the first place was due to your connection to him. Then there was the incident with that one employee. It's unnerving being in a situation like this. Nothing you can do about it though, other than just trying to follow orders. Who knows what would happen if you don't. You managed to finish your report, and after tending to some other things, you head to your dorm for the night. What? Hungry? Who hungry? Why are you close? I see what? What can I see? Where? In front of me? Go where? Sate my hunger. Oh, sick, day 2. I'm hungry? The next day, you're sitting in your dorm with your roommates, waiting to be escorted. It's not long before the guards arrive. Employees 34, 35, and 37 of Sector U04, we're here to escort you to your assignments. Same speech as yesterday, except for the one employee that never came back. The number is noticeably absent. The escort is the same, and soon enough, you find yourself in front of the same doors as yesterday. The security guard gives the exact same speech, word for word, as he did yesterday, before you enter the room. Lion. Aloha, unlike yesterday, is not hunched over, but sat straight and proper, with a wide grin on his face. Still has the handcuffs attached to the table, of course, but there's something else that caught your eye. There's a small case beside him, on the table, currently closed. You have no idea what's inside it. You have returned. I am filled with joy. Great to see you, Aloha. You know what? Great to see you. Likewise, my dear. You take a seat, like you did yesterday, and read through the instructions that have been left for you this time. Thank you for your continued assistance with the study. Today you are to instruct Subject P-134 into using various tools for research purposes. Inside the case, you will find what is needed for you to gather blood works and live samples. Subject P-134 is to follow your instructions in using these tools on himself. Subject P-134 is to carefully store all samples within the case upon completion of these tests. You want to record any interesting reactions that may occur. The samples requested are 1 petal, 1 thorn, 1 leaf, and 1 vial of blood. Before you begin, we have one final note. We are pleased with your ability to follow instructions. Please continue to work hard and ensure that today's task is completed. You must also refrain from revealing confidential information to Subject P-134. So, what's the objective today? Are the notes they left you different from yesterday? Well, they'll show the instructions. Despite being told not— God, wait, am I not supposed to? Wait, you do the same thing you did yesterday and hold the papers up to the glass for Aloha to read. Huh. They want samples. After all this time. They have plenty of opportunities to gather them, so why now? Of course, I will help you. The handcuffs keeping Aloha attached to the table have enough slack for him to reach over and open the case. He examines the contents within. There is a needle, a small tube, a pair of pliers, and 3 of those, I forgot what they are called. Small rectangular plastic bags, I suppose. He means baggies. There are 3 baggies. Oh, and the inner top of the case is a mirror. I believe I may know why. Before we begin this, I want to ask something. Would you permit me to share a few stories of our past as we go? I had some time since we last spoke to think of the best ones. I would love to share them with you. That would be wonderful. I knew you would be open to it. I'm so very excited to share them with you. So, the task. What is first? I recall that they want a thorn, a leaf, a petal, and some blood. Not my organs, fortunately. I very much need those to function. Hopefully, they will not ask for something like that. Let's start with the thorn. There was a time you took me to the hospital. Aloha grabs a hold of a pair of pliers and lifts him up to just below his mouth. After a fall from my motorcycle, you said I was showing signs of a concussion. Facing the mirror on the case, he clamps the pliers onto one of his thorns and... A single yank is all it took to pry the thorn from his face, though in its place is a hole pouring with blood. And I don't actually remember what... Are you alright? It will be fine. In just a moment. You'll see. Suddenly, from the fresh open wound, a new thorn emerges, replacing the wound and cutting off the blood flow. Long before I came here, I tried to get rid of these thorns, only for them to come back in seconds. So I knew that would happen. So now, I think I should have told you this before, not after. Yeah! Are you okay though? Whole lot of blood came out there. Oh, yes, I'm alright now. It is like pulling a splinter, I will say. Hurts only in the moment, so there's no need to worry. But thanks for asking. At least there are some tissues here I can use. Aloha wipes the blood from his face with his shirt, then places the bloody thorn in a baggie. They never said they wanted the samples to be clean, did they? Consider it payback. Let's do petal or leaf. Petal or leaf, I forgot. I think let's do a petal. I will take you to the local conservatory sometimes. The one I said I worked at during the weekends. Aloha easily plucks a petal from the blooming rose atop his head. After taking a stroll through the place, admiring all the wonderful plants, we would just sit and talk for hours. We would talk about anything and everything, really. He takes one of the baggies and carefully places the petal inside. Those days were my favorite. Leaf. I will need to move for this, I think. He leans down, and you can hear some shifting from behind the table. You would occasionally come to the cafe I work at with that old laptop of yours to do your own thing. You told me once it was because you like a change of scenery. He straightens his back, leaf in hand. But I think it was because I would give you extra for your order. He places the retrieved leaf into one of the baggies and shovels himself back into his usual position. This drink is still your favorite, right? Blood. We have been camping before. It was a rare occasion. Aloha grabs a hold of the syringe from the case and stares at it. Seeing the stars at night is not so easy in England. He aims the needle at his upper inner elbow. But we could still see the moon, and that combined with the lake and trees really was beautiful. He lightly pierces his skin, so when he tries to draw blood, he has a bit of trouble. I think I missed. He withdraws the needle from his skin. I will encourage. At least you know how to use it, yeah? Go on, give another shot. Your words really help. Thank you. He lines up the syringe and plunges it once more. This time, he's able to retrieve the blood. You know, despite my love of flowers, I think I prefer the moon over the sun. Assuming the small tube is where the blood is supposed to go, he injects the blood into it, seals it up, and places it back within the case. Both remain important, of course, but nothing wrong with having a preference, Yeah, that's all of them. We did it. Hooray! Aloha closes the case and pushes it slightly to the side. We should have enough time to squeeze in one more tale of the past. Movie nights. We would watch a rock, then a romance, and switch between the two until we've had our fill. It felt so easy to just fall asleep. It was that relaxed. I sometimes did. You did too on occasion. Then we will wake up a few hours later, sore from the position we were in. It was worth it. How could I have forgotten all this? Sounds nice. These stories feel vague. How could I have forgotten all this? I have wondered about that as well. How everything related to myself is gone from your mind. But so long as we can meet, I can bring those memories back. Whether you will remember them or not, I will continue to share them. I feel like it is almost time for you to leave again. It is. Well, you managed to get everything they asked for, so it should be fine. If they ever did anything to you, you would tell me, right? Of course. Please, keep your word. Anything at all, from verbal to physical to whatever else. Let me know, alright? The guard soon informs you it is time to go, and so you leave Aloha once more. Now you're digging into the biggest salad you've had in your life. Salad might be an understatement. It's full of big, juicy fruits and the leafiest of greens. You're not sure what made you want this today. You just know you had to have it for lunch. You fill out your report after eating. Can't work on an empty stomach. Hey, there you are! Michael has decided to speak to you again, it seems. He takes a seat at the table you're at. Whoa! I see you're really digging in there. He's not wrong. You're just short of shoving the whole thing down in one go. Don't know what's made you want all this, but good for you. You don't mind me going on about my day while you eat, right? Rhetorical question. I'm gonna blab at you because literally no one else will let me. But you're cool, so I know you will anyway. Anyway, today I got asked to get Clara to extract some samples from herself. You can figure out who Clara is, right? Well, your sister? Yeah, I knew you were listening yesterday. So for context, she's like turning into stars or space or whatever. Kinda hard to say. Her hair is like a floating galaxy. It's just floating around on her noggin, doing galaxy things. That means getting a sample of that was kinda tricky, but somehow we got it done. Now, whoever's getting these samples has a jar of space, the sparkly kind. If it sounds weird to hear, imagine being there. How would they even perform tests on samples like that? No idea. Looks like you're just about done eating, though. Mind sharing your day with me, too? Yeah, I'll mention everything. You go into as much detail as possible about the specific samples that were requested, such as the bloodworks and, the thorn. You also remember to share the stories Aloha told you. Oh, wow. I feel like I should have been more detailed now. You wanted a lot from him. Gotta wonder why. Well, that Aloha guy sounds real into you. Especially with all those memories he shared with you. I know I teased you about him yesterday, but think it over. It's gotta feel weird, right? I feel weird speaking of Clara. It both does and doesn't feel like she's my sister. Does that make sense? Well, I better get back to work. Thanks for letting me ramble to you again today. Bet you gotta finish your work too. Should be a lot easier after finishing a meal like that. See ya. After Michael leaves you, you get back to your duties, before once again retiring for the night. Oh, what the hell? You found it. You reached it. Or so you thought. Do you think you are satiated? No, that wasn't enough. It wasn't right. You hunger still. But that's okay. It will take time. You will understand soon. For now, keep going. I'm kinda intrigued by the mystery in this game. Another report complete, another day done. As you wait yet again to be escorted, you ponder if this is starting to feel monotonous, which is a bit of an outlandish thought considering the situation you're in. Yet you wonder if your roommates are starting to feel the way you do. You haven't spoken to them like you have with Michael, and they haven't approached you either. The memory of that one employee being taken away without returning still may be why they keep to themselves. Your thoughts are interrupted by the sound of gunshots? Yelling and footsteps across metal grow ever louder, closer. You leap to your feet and dash towards the door. You notice how your roommates remain in place. When you open the door, you come face to face with one of the security guards. The first thing you notice on him is the splatter of blood. He steps into the room, forcing you back up. Employees 34, 35, and 37 of Sector U04. We are here to escort you to your assignments. Despite saying we, you notice how he's the only guard here. What's going on out there? Why were there gunshots? There's blood! Blood! I don't want to go anywhere with you! You realize you can't hear any more noise. No more gunshots. No more running. Only thing you can hear now are the voices of the people in the room. The situation has been resolved. Your assignments for today have not changed, and you are to be escorted as per usual. Agree. Fine, whatever, lead on. Your fellow coworkers don't seem to want to test their chances either, and say nothing else. You were escorted by the lone guard, and while you follow him, your eyes are on the lookout for any signs of whatever just happened. You fail to see anything out of the ordinary, and find yourselves in front of the same room you've been led to in the past couple of days. Ah, my dear. Alois' cheerful voice is the first thing you hear. I am always happy to see you. Though you seem a bit frazzled. Are you all right? Not really, but thank you for asking. Oh, Lion, that is no good. Would you like to talk about what ails you? You know I will always listen to you. Task gotta come first, but after, yeah, I suppose that is acceptable. Hopefully the task of the day is not too time-consuming. Alongside the today's instructions, you discovered a sealed envelope. You read through the instructions first. Thank you for your continued assistance. Okay, we are pleased with the completion of yesterday's task report. For today's task, you are to show subject P134 photographs from the envelope in order of their assigned numbers and record the reactions he has. You may begin when ready. The task for today is it shorter? You did not take so long to read it. So he noticed. I'll show him. You let him read what is written by holding the sheet up to the glass. Photographs. How curious. An improvement over the ordeal from yesterday, at least. You peel the envelopes open and slide out its contents carefully. The photos are incredibly strange. They all look like some generic stock photos, but with the heads of you and Alois poorly edited onto them. The first photo depicts a happy couple walking through a park, hand in hand. The next features a bride and a groom getting married. It's a bright sunny day, perhaps too bright. The third photo is a turn in mood. It seems to be a scandal of sorts, with Alois walking in to see you in bed with another. In the final photo, you give Alois divorce papers. It's rather somber compared to the first two photos. This is the most bizarre task you've been assigned yet. What's the point of any of this? Show photo 1. Here goes nothing. You hold up the first photo, the one of the couple walking in the park, up to the glass. Oh, is that us? Or, I suppose, edited to be us. I think it is quite cute. It reminds me of how we were before. So, you will not remember that. I hope this is not too embarrassing for you. Show photo 2. Time for the second photo, the one with the marriage. A wedding! How wonderful! I always loved weddings. The ones I would see in movies anyway. Never got the chance to go to any myself. I see they have placed their head onto the bride. This makes me wonder. If you were to be married, what would you wear? Something casual, honestly. Comfort is important. We don't want to be uncomfortable for the sake of aesthetic, right? I can admire you being true to yourself. Show photo 3. Halfway done, the nicer photos were out of the way, leaving you with the last two darker ones. First of those two being the weird cheating scenario. What is this? What is this? Is this a game to them? What do they hope to gain out of crudely editing our photos onto garbage such as this? As if you would ever do something like this. As if you would ever betray me like that. Ha! Who would have thought one poorly edited photo would have him reacting like that? Maybe there's a reason for this task after all. You're right, I wouldn't. Because you are kind and loyal. You know how terrible it would be to taint such a strong bond. Even if something like this were to happen, somehow, it would be because of them. They would have tricked you or lied to you or... excuse me. I may have gone a bit overboard there. I do not take kindly to these sorts of situations. You understand? Yes? Show photo 4. One more photo awaits, the divorce scenario. Having seen how Alois acted about the previous photo, you wonder if he'll have a similar reaction to this one. Time to get this over with. So they have decided to show us a tall tale in the form of edited stock photos. For what purpose? Only they know. I find it rather laughable. A happy couple suddenly split apart by cheating and divorce? How unlikely. I would never allow that to happen. You would never get the chance to cheat, and therefore never get the chance to leave. So these photos? Meaningless, ridiculous, pointless! They are nothing. The people behind this are nothing. The only thing that matters is you and I. I will not let them ruin us. I agree. This was stupid. Completely stupid. It is almost as if shit. Fell for it. Damn it, I fell for it! They wanted me to act the fool. I do not know why, but what I do know is that I am sorry. This place is getting to me. Silence falls between you for a moment of time. You don't know. Alois breaks the silence first. Did you want to talk about what was bothering you now? If it is okay, of course. That's right. You had almost forgotten about that incident from this morning. Almost. You need answers that this so-called facility refuses to give. Perhaps Alois may have those answers. Despite how he just acted, you should ask him anyway. Can I ask you something? Oh? What is it? Do not hesitate to ask me questions. You know I will answer anything. There was an incident earlier. Some kind of commotion with yelling and gunshots. Oh my goodness, are you alright? You are not hurt, are you? What sort of things are they putting you through? Calm down, I wasn't involved. This happened some distance outside my door. That is somewhat better news. But you were close enough to hear it. Yes, and they didn't tell us what happened. I thought maybe you might have known something about it, or if things like that happen often. I hate the thought of keeping anything from you. I only want to be honest with you. So I will be. Yes, I know what you mean. Not that specific situation, just in general. Some of us infected are trying to escape. And as the infection increases, so does the escape attempts. I do not think anyone has succeeded thus far. Not all that try to escape return either. So much for getting to help people. I'm implicit in fucking murder. Employment is how you came here. I had wondered. Well, do not blame yourself. From our meetings, I believe you would have been brought here, even if you had turned down the offer either way. Was that a sufficient answer? Did I help? Not even a few minutes ago, he was heatedly ranting about a couple of edited photographs. Now he gazes at you with puppy eyes, pleading for approval. What a whiplash! Wait, his eyes. They've changed. White. With black sclera. His infection is progressing. Wait! I can't see his eyes at all! Where are his eyes? Lion, is something wrong? An alarm blares out. The room fills with the flashing color of red. The doors open behind you. A security guard waiting. Employee 35, you are to be Employee 35, you are to be vacated immediately. Wait, hold on! Subject P-134, you are to be returned to your cell. What was that alarm for? I tell him, your eyes have changed. Oh God. Employee 35, you are to cease speaking with subject P-134 and follow me. You're forced out of the room and hear Alois calling after you with desperation. I stay silent. You don't fancy having a chat with this guy. You are brought back to your office with the expectations of completing another report, despite how today's session ended. If Michael decides to show up again, it might take him a while since he got extracted early. So you allow your mind to wander. Today's task was so strange. You really don't know what to make of it. You've never met anyone who had such strong reactions to edited photos before. Has anyone else been given weirdly edited photos to show the subjects? You can always ask Michael about it to see what kind of photos he had if it's the same. There's no reason why his tasks will have been different after all. They've been the same as yours so far. it's after you've gotten quite a bit of writing done that Michael finally shows his face. Hey, buddy. He glances at your computer screen, brows shooting upwards in surprise at seeing how much you've written. Holy moly, that sure is a lot. Get done early today or something? Yeah, it's a long story. Really? Well, I'm all ears. I've been blabbing at you for the past few days, so why not switch it up? Don't tell him everything. You tell him about the whole day, starting from the morning incident. You go over the task you were given today and decided it was so stupid you didn't finish. I did finish it! You also share the information Aloha gave you, and of course you mentioned the sun infection progression. Oh shit. So that's why I've gotten so much done. The photos thing is real weird. Creepy even. Like, why would they even want to go and do something like that? Even weirder is how you say Aloha reacted to them. He knows none of that was real, right? It's like, guy. Maybe it's just Obscurum 1 make him act like that. But that doesn't make it okay. I'm sorry you're having to deal with it all. I can't help but think. Okay, I gotta share this with you now. I got asked to read Clara some extracts from a journal. Wasn't the full thing, just random bits they picked out, I think. It started off real nice, but then I got towards the end of it and it got so personal. I realized then it was her diary. She got upset and I can't blame her. When she did so, those stars of hers flared up. And guess what happened next? He leans in close to whisper to you. You've been open enough for me to trust you with this. In a few days' time, something big will happen. I need you to continue what you're doing. Then on the day the big thing happens, retreat to your dorm. We'll find you then. He leans back again and has a silly expression on his face, no doubt to try and cover what he just said to you. And that's why you never read aloud the super secret diary of your sister. Or anyone's, really. Anyways, better quit procrastinating. See ya. He then leaves you pondering what just happened. What is this big thing he's talking about, and in how many days exactly? It was so vague, it's frustrating, but it was probably on purpose. At least now you understand why Michael had taken a sudden interest in you the past few days. Guess all you can really do is to try to do what he asked, and keep going as usual. Assuming he's actually got a plan in place is the best thing you can do right now. And assuming, of course, you can trust him. There it is. What you've been looking for. Not ready yet. It wants to bloom fully, but it's only partly there. It's not too late to change its hue. Do you want it to change? No matter your choice, soon it will be ready. Then, you'll be able to truly sate your hunger. I'm pretty sure that was supposed to have a different graphic over it. But anyway, that was the loving test subject. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys do want to play this for yourselves, link to the game will be in the description below. And honestly, like, I think this has a very interesting premise, and like, both the mystery and the thriller aspects of this, it's really pulling me in. I'm curious to see how far this is going to get, and how much of the lore and like the mysteries are we going to be able to uncover as the days go on? Like, did we actually forget about this guy, or is something going on here? Does he actually know us? I really want to see like where this is all leading to. But in the meantime, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all have a lovely rest of the day, and as always, I'll be seeing you in the next video. This is Lion signing off. Ciao.